So, welcome back and happy Merry Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas week. And welcome back to 1 in 20 for our Cyberpunk Christmas one shot. Um, if we remember from last week, our group mover, Fishnets and Redtail had been taken a job to steal a little prototype of some sort from a Militech party and yeah, and they had in full swing. Our rocker boy Fishnets had managed to get a gig playing a little bit of music in the mall in the Super Plaza below the party, and we left last session as Fishnets had just screamed to the crowd to fuck shit up and kicked a tower of speakers to fall as it begins to as we join them now as the speakers crash to the floor, the crowd splitting and diving in different directions. There's an immediate like shout and a smash of a window, so a family scream over to the right. You would hear the shout of a few of the Militech guards, one of them sort of on the radio already, while two others guns out and up like, control yourself, control, stand back, calm down. What are you doing as this chaos ensues?
Moving.
How much of the path that we wanted to clear is now clear?
So obviously there's like broken speakers all up in the way, but the people are out of the way. There is a straight shot over to the corridor. You can see that the two Militech guards that were standing that corner are coming over now and starting to sort of come to the back of that crowd to see what's going on.
I mean, I'm assuming we need to grab the bags as well. There were bags with
They were
were
behind
like,
the speakers and they're now like directly in front of them.
yeah. So I think we need to grab those and just move towards the corridor that we want.
Okay, so we're just booking it.
Well, I'll be like grabbing
So
fishnets
Okay,
and be like,
so
we need to get you to safety. And like,
Fuck yeah!
okay, so mover, give me. It's gonna be an acting. If you don't have acting, it'll just be straight empathy as you're trying to play this security guard vibe. Redtail, you easily grab the bags and start moving, ducking and dodging in between different members of the crowd. The
I'm
security.
stealth.
Well, so are you trying to stealth, or are you shouting fuck the man" as the security's getting you off stage?
Well, to be fair, I'm kind of saying that, but then I'm imagining that I also now need to fade into the background, whereas I'm public enemy number one, so I need to get myself.
Okay, yeah, you can try and give that initial shout and then try and blend in. What was your role?
would human perception be the
No, human perception is reading others. This is you acting out the position.
My stealth is 18.
acting
Okay.
out? Okay, so just be a straight empathy then. I wouldn't
Yeah,
have a
D10
level.
plus empathy.
Ah, I got 12.
Okay, so most of the people seem to buy it. I'd say Redtail, the security, Militech security members that are coming up to the back of the crowd, again, guns brandished, start to sort of point at you a bit like, what are you doing? And then, like, would sort of see the other security coming up behind them, would sort of, assume, like, okay, move through, and they'll start trying to. Again, you hear one of the larger windows smash in as, like, people start looting and shouting. Families are starting to like try and get out, be like, "Oh my God, run this way!" The people are looting and running away. I would say that with Redtail, you would notice through one of the other side doors, the group of gangers that had been sort of sat waiting outside. Some of them had filtered in with the crowd, but hearing the noise, the rest of them start to rush in as well. Um,
Everyone's shooting as well.
I'd say Fishnets, you managed to disappear, blending into the crowd, start rubbing off all the paint and swapping out some of your clothes and stuff. Um, and I assume everyone else just booking it straight to that corridor. So I will remind you guys, you did see there was a little camera on this corridor when you were here last time. Um, so is the plan? Well, what is the plan to change? Like, what's the plan?
So is this still the corridor with the toilets on it?
Corridor straight down, toilets on the right, locked security door on the left, and then the camera sort
Yeah.
of pointing at that security door.
So I think we just need to get into a blind spot for that camera and change. I mean, hopefully there's enough chaos going on.
Go in the
and then
loose.
go in one of the toilets. Yeah.
And that won't be seen by the door camera.
No, that's looking at the left side. It's looking at the side with the opposite side with the security door on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Jump in and a cubicle.
Okay, so you jump in the cubicle, change into your. I'm gonna ask for a reflex from fishnets because as much as it might be easy to get off, you know, you might miss a bit behind the ear. You know, how good did you actually wash off all that paint in your rush?
Just reflex straight. There's nothing else.
Mhm.
11, unless I was going to ask people. Have I got it all?
I'll say you can asking people will give you another roll
So advantage.
essentially.
Worse. So 11.
Okay, so hey, look, you think you've got it? It looks pretty clear. You change into your nicer outfit.
It's quite restricted, this.
You only have to wear it for a little bit.
Doesn't show off the abs well.
You have abs?
Oh, you can count if you like.
No thanks.
Can
0,
fishnets roll me a
1.
D10, please?
Who's doing that on?
Fishnets. Can you roll me a D10?
Is this to see how many abs he's got?
No. What was
6.
it? Okay, so you hear the sound, the quick of gunfire, but it sounds to you guys almost like warning shots more than like somebody just opened up on the crowd. But you can tell that the riot outside is building further, but also that the Medtech forces at some point are going to start using lethal force, and the crowd members are not like soldiers. The first time, you know, you are aware, fishnets, that the first few that get dropped, it will quell whatever is going on. So you don't have long to before the situation in the auditorium is handled.
So once we're changed, I would, as soon as I'm changed, Liam, I'd be then working on that door.
Okay, so give me a stealth first of all to see if you can do it subtly.
It's just 1d10, isn't it?
Good.
So
Is there
And
a
don't
trait?
forget, you don't forget about your luck points that you can spend. I think
Oh, I forgot
only
about that.
Chris has used.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to, and then I didn't, did I, for something?
That's
thought
written
you
on here
did
somewhere.
For the crowd.
For the crowd thing, I thought you did.
I might have done.
Yeah. So that was a 19.
Okay, so you managed to sort of move up to the door. You sort of press yourself in a way that the camera can only see the back of you, and then give me a security, electronics and security.
Electronic security. Okay. So that's...
FYI, how hard is this to DM? Just because you've got so many things to have to like remember which.
14.
Definitely not like the easiest, simplest thing to DM. And again, there's a level, like I said last time, to make it simpler and less number crunchy. I'm doing a lot of that number crunching, but then I am number crunchy, so it's okay. But for some people, it'd be a lot.
That was only a 14 then.
Okay, so you go like you rummaging up against it, and then it sort of flashes red and goes that.
Shit. So hang on, how would I use my luck thing on that? Sorry.
So you would have had to say it beforehand, and it would have
Okay.
added to the you just spend per point add on.
I see, and you have to do it before you roll.
Yep.
Okay.
So fishnets and mover, you guys have finished getting changed, and as you're sort of looking out the bathroom door, you see the little red flash and the.
Can we scan to see if anybody else has seen us?
So he's looking around. Everyone's attention right now is on the crowd and the disruption. Give me a perception as you're trying to scan the crowd a bit.
Am I allowed to try again, Liam?
I don't think you can try the exact same thing. You can sort of see if there's another way around it. But it's sort of without so for example, if you found something that gives you a boost at it, you can do the same thing, but you can't just try the same thing with no change.
Can I have a quick look out the door? Is there anybody from Medtech Can I see any of the Medtech guards? Is anybody struggling now?
Militech, sorry.
Yeah, Militech, sorry.
Sorry, so and can you give me a perception as well?
Yeah.
From
I
Mover?
got 11.
I got 14.
Okay. I'll see what
What would be like, say, because I was going to ask, do we see anyone with a card?
That's what I'm looking for, and I rolled a 19.
Okay, so Fishnets and Mover, you're sort of looking for any employees. All of the Militech people look like they're having a hard time right now. You see that the guards that are closest to you currently have like 2 gangers, like one just got hit with a glass bottle. Things are starting to get, a bit hectic, but also you're noticing some of the drones appearing from outside at the doors. More backup arriving. You're not seeing any employees close. And then Redtail, you see, oh God, and his name's gonna go from me now, and I had it just a second ago.
Antonio Delise.
The events coordinator
Mm.
that was helping you set up is currently like hiding behind one of the food stalls, like him and another employee. They may be 30, 40 feet from you, just across the corridor way.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the guys and go, let's grab them. We can always knock them out afterwards. And I'm gonna go out and sort of say to those guys, come on, quick, we need to get out of the way. And sort of almost like, let's hide in here, in where the toilets are. Thinking
Okay,
if we can get them to open it up, I can bonk
give
on
me
the
a
head
give me
after.
a persuasion to see if you can. I'm gonna say you've got some bonuses here just because of the chaos and such, but
So I am gonna use 2 luck points on this just in case.
okay.
Where are your luck points again? Because I've been looking for
It's a stat. It's at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I rolled a 10. Did you say
Okay, so you
we
roll
roll
it, and then you
again?
roll that again.
When you
And
state
another one.
Yeah, so roll it again.
so when you say that you're going to use luck, do you have to use it then?
Yeah.
Very unlucky.
So that last one was a 9, and then I still add my persuasion to it. And then my 2 luck points, which I don't really need anymore, but it's tough. That's 41.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. So you run out and just really quickly, like, quick, come with us. We've got a safe place over here. And the events coordinators were like, wait, what? But the very large ogre-looking attendant of the food stall, just like meaty hand on the events coordinator, and just like barrels your way, ducking as more gunfire starts to go off in the crowd. A drone zooms over ahead of you. Red tail. You'll notice as that drone passes, a small turret gun unlocking from the undercarriage. As you start to move back towards the door. As you're getting back to the door, the large food stall guy's like, oh, quick, I don't have a pass for this. The events coordinator's like, wait, why through here? Are we not safe down here? And you can sort of see
I'm gonna just say, what, you want to run past that lot? I mean, is there any way out this way? Could we go up and across and out that way?
Yes, maybe. And they will sort of bloop, bloop, and unlock it, and they pull up their card, and you would see it's almost like on a little lanyard, like stretchy thing on the belt. And they beep and open the door and move in. What are you guys doing? Is immediately it's like a little 5 foot and then a staircase upwards. As this door opens, there is that like, firstly, the sort of suction sound of an airtight door. And then also, as the door opens, you start to hear the beat of music that you weren't able to hear from before, that sort of suggests maybe there was a level of soundproofness between these spaces.
Okay. I mean, I'm imagining we follow them in.
Well, they just go in and sort of stop.
Yeah.
Like, again, they're not going. Like, are you planning to go with them? Stay with them? What are you guys doing now?
Can I run in and kind of fall into them
And see if we can hit the card.
Can do. Are you trying? Are you doing it with the aim just to knock them down, or are you trying to get the card? Is that the?
Well, if we knock them down, I'm thinking we can either knock them out or take the card. So it's the aim is to
Mm.
get them on the floor.
Yeah.
So you could definitely attempt to knock them down. You could either give me an athletics, or if you've not got athletics, it would just be your strength.
I've got athletics, but it don't have too much. So let's do that. Come on.
Let's see you with your athletics, baby.
15.
Okay, so you come barreling past, and I'd say that you managed to knock the manager down, but the large food stall attendant, like you sort of bounce off him, and he sort of like grabs you. He's like, "What? Be careful, buddy. Go slow. You'll hurt yourself."
Did the manager guy drop his card when he got knocked over?
It's on a stretchy lanyard thing.
Okay, I've got my tool hand thingy. Can I cut the stretchy bit on the lanyard?
You can give me a stealth to try and do it stealthily.
Like while I'm helping him up?
You could just ask him for it.
Well, we'd have to have a reason for that though, wouldn't we? Oh Jesus, that's shit. That's a 13 total.
Okay, so he doesn't seem to notice, but almost as you're trying to snip it, he sort of like brushes himself down, and it sort of makes it move away from you. Right then, well, I suppose I should inform the security up here that something is going on. Again, you can see the lights and hear the music, and
Yeah.
clinking of glasses and talking. Like they don't really seem to have noticed up here quite yet what's going on. And they turn and start heading up. The big guy will sort of slowly start following, but he will sort of say, well, you guys sort of dress like you're supposed to be here.
I was about to say we're waiting
We're
still.
we're now
You
dressed
the
as
impression like he's not really supposed to be here. He's sort of like moving behind the events coordinator, sort of like making sure he's with him.
I mean,
Ah.
we've got to find this thing anyway before we can nick it, and we knew there were other people up here, so maybe we just let these guys go up.
I was about to say we can
I was
just.
thinking that it's just when they go, oh, we've come down from here. So that's going to blow us our cover straight away.
What,
They don't know
sorry?
who we are. We're dressed as waiting staff.
I thought we were dressed. What are we dressed as?
No, you're dressed
Wait.
as fancy in just fancy clothes. as
Oh
if
no,
you
we had
could be
fancy
guests.
party clothes, didn't we?
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, for some
Yes.
reason I thought we were.
So
I thought we were
I'm just
staff.
thinking the guards might think it's weird that why are the people with fancy clothes coming up this way?
I don't think it matters if we can sneak in, and we could always say we were heading down to see what was going on. I mean, they must know what's going on upstairs.
No, they just said we.
As you get in upstairs again, like as that door shuts behind you, you being stood this close, start to hear again the like of gunfire. As that door can fishnets roll me another d10. That door seals, and it's now just like.
Another
You're telling me though there'd be no one on the ground that would be radioing up to those people upstairs?
Maybe
I'm assuming that somebody would be telling them.
they might tell them, but whether they need help from it or whether they've got it handled, it's and whether they'd then relay that to the party goers is the question. So
they are paid to sort it out. 6 again.
Yeah, and again, you would know. Well, potentially, mover, you would know as having done some corpo security. They don't want to know the details. They don't give a shit. They just want it handled.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would be able to start making your way up. As you get up further up the stairs, it opens up into a much, much larger space. You can see that a large dance floor with different tables and chairs dotted around the room. You can see screens are dotted around that are currently playing like it's like different employees' faces with achievements playing on a loop sort of thing. Like, this employee saved £300,000 in revenue, and like those, all those sorts of things.
Employee of the month kind of thing.
Not even really of the month, just like this year's celebrations sort of thing.
Yeah.
You can see there is maybe 4 or 5 red and silver Militech guards stood around. I would say Redtail, as you guys are coming up, one of them does approach, and I would say that you get the impression they're on alert as they're immediately like, who are you? Have you got the events coordinator? It's just like, have you not heard? There's something going on downstairs. He's like, Yes, it is all under handle. Is there anything you need from us? Are you injured? We can provide you with medical care.
Could do with a
What are you guys
drink.
doing as they start talking? As you say, I could do with a drink.
Yeah.
Give me. It's gonna be a persuasion to see if you can play it off as like you're supposed to be here, or you've come through and now, as a party, sir, I could do with a drink.
That is persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's far better than I thought it was. That is 22. I get a
They'll
plus.
just go.
Oh, I got a +7, but that's perception. My persuasion's +13.
Ooh.
They would look a little confused at you, almost like Have you not been here all night? The bar is over. They'll just be like, "Of course, sir. You are welcome."
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll just walk off.
I'm just gonna say something like, I heard there was a cool band on, mate, but we got down there and all hell let loose. They're crazy.
Pretty good, I heard.
And they're not
Yes.
destroying stuff.
Well, if we will let you know if there is any cause for concern or need to evacuate, please return to your festivities.
Yeah, and we'll just wander over towards the bar, maybe.
Yeah.
Try blend in.
Okay. You can give me stealths if you want to try and blend into the crowd, or even persuasions if you're just trying to almost, join in the party as if you're supposed to be there.
I'm going to go for persuasion.
I'm going stealth, and that's a 15.
22 again.
20 for stealth.
Okay, so seamlessly, are you separating or are you trying to stay together?
I'm heading over to a bar and then going to start mingling and talking to people.
I'll probably stay close, but not right next to. So I want to be close
Hmm.
enough to see these guys, but not looking like we're a trio.
I'm making people laugh, giving them shots. Occasional Jaeger bombs.
Okay. And mover?
I'm gonna just go to the edge of the bar. I'll go on the corner and just ask for
Glass of water.
no, something straight, neat, whatever cyberpunk version of
Absinthe.
brand it
Synth
is.
vodka.
Absinthe.
Thank
Mhm.
you. I was trying to remember. I was like, I know what this is, but yeah.
Okay, as you guys start to blend into the room, you notice the much different decor up here than downstairs. Even with the lavishness of the Silver Plaza, the luxury that is up here is almost cold and calculated as the corporation itself. The expansive banquet hall, there's draped red and silver everywhere. Icy blue spotlights cast a glow over the room. Massive Christmas tree stands at the center of it all, decorated with high-end holographic ornaments that change color, shape, and twinkle as they move around the tree and across the polished marble floors. You start to mingle in meeting different Militech executives, nurses, scientists, every sort of different person you can imagine, talking about different things created or different projects worked on as the heavy synth remix version of Silent Night plays through over the speaker above. A large hollow projector near the back of the room cycles through the latest holiday cheers and state-of-the-art weaponry that could be purchased for home security systems. One thing you would notice is even at these corporate events, sales is still on the move as discounts for employee home security systems and other things are available for those at a discounted price for working with Militech over this last year. I would say even as you're looking around, you're noticing that even with the high fancy, very nice clothes that you're currently wearing, you are even still dressed down compared to some of the folks that are here in almost almost like high fashion outfits with the large galing plumes and all sorts of different manner of things. how would you I'd say so as you're moving through, what is the aim and the goal here is I'd say that fishnets you would see new here are we? What as one of the executives approaches you, quite the spectacle, isn't it? They know how to put on a party, don't they? You as you look up, you would notice dressed in just as glamorous clothing as the rest of them, but almost out of place is definitely not Militech. Fishnets would give you the vibe of like maybe like a corporate fixer, somebody that works in between the corporations, but they eye you over. You don't look like our usual corporate type. What brings you to the upper echelons tonight?
Everyone's always up for a party of some kind, and people always often need a job doing here or there. You do the right person a job, they get you a ticket to a nice event. What about yourself?
They raise an eyebrow as I'm always on business, and they reach out a finger and wipe just behind your ear and a little bit of green glow paint as they're like messy these jobs, and they sort of raise an eyebrow at you.
You haven't heard what's going on downstairs. I went out to have a look. It was chaos. Now, I'm okay with chaos, but sometimes it just gets messy, and I've got a look I wish to maintain.
Give me a deception as you try and play us off.
Right, do I have deception?
Should do. Is that on there?
I haven't.
I don't,
No.
but
There's conversation though.
oh, I've
What's
got conversation.
Conversation is more getting information out of people through like getting them
Okay.
talking about stuff.
So I've got athletics, brawling, composition,
It
concentration,
might not be a.
conversation, education, evasion, first aid, handgun, human perception, local expert, melee weapon, perception, persuasion, play instrument, stealth, streetwise, wardrobe style.
No, you're all right. 1 second.
Human perception, skill of reading person's
No,
facial.
it's gonna be it'll be persuasion then.
Oh, wonderful. I'm okay with that. I think it was 13. I've lost my character now. I've just looked.
Yeah, it's 13.
I can roll again.
Hmm.
I can roll again.
Nice.
They were 2 ones.
That one nearly was again, but it fell off. So I'm having to re-roll that one. So that was 27 plus 13, 40.
Okay, yes. Well, yes. The common riffraff do get messy, don't they?
Some people just don't know the way of the world and how it should be.
Quite. As I flick over towards Mover, who, as you're sort of keeping an eye out on the group, all of a sudden a highly cybered individual sort of comes over and taps you on the shoulder. At first, you sort of look a little defensive, but then you see they're holding a tray with drinks and sort of things, and the cyberware seems almost more for aesthetic than enhancement. As they care for a taste of Militech's best. They spared no expense this year. Well, are you here with one of the department heads? A special drink? And they start trying to offer you one of the drinks on the.
I'd ask them, well, looks pretty good, but what's in it? And like kind of trying to get information. So I'm trying to use conversation.
Yeah, go for it. Give me a conversation check.
Oh, for God's sake, what is that? Oh, that's actually all right. I was reading it as a 6, but it was a 9. 14.
Okay. So you get talking a little bit. They do sort of put a glass down for you. Um, and you would learn that, like, you get them talking, and they sort of get talking about like it's been a real hectic shift. You know, security's really, really paranoid tonight. Well up our asses, checking over things, searching everything twice. Apparently, there's been like two security breaches. Uh, one on the drones or something. They said they checked all of the cameras over again. They came and wanted to go through all of our systems and all of our phones and stuff. Um, and also there was this guy around here asking earlier, just going on about trying to get the schedules. Weird type. No one's seen him in person, but apparently he's asking a lot of questions. Um, corpos aren't so happy about it. Two executives have already stormed off to the private lounge, and they sort of nod over to one of the corners. You see that there's a set of stairs that currently has like red silver ribbon across it. And at the bottom of those stairs, you would see sat two very fancily dressed people that before were just blending in, but you imagine that they are actually private security over Militech Corpo security. Apparently the gifts aren't secure enough. They were going to put one on display up there tonight, but it's been moved up to the VIP lounge until the speech.
Until the speech. What? Are they
Yeah,
not?
yeah, they're gonna. I don't know when they're gonna do it, but they're gonna do some speeches, and they're gonna bring some fancy. They keep saying special gift. They had like some look like a nice fancy little package.
Sure, everyone's going to be amazed by the special gift.
And then as you're sort of finishing this conversation, someone will be like, server, drink. And they're like, yeah, nice chatting. And they'll sort of head off and go and keep working.
You really missed out on the opportunity to go to. So I'm sure everyone will be impressed with their special little package.
That's more of a fishnets thing to say, so
Yeah.
come on.
It's something Paul would enjoy.
What? No,
So some
no.
players can separate player and character.
Think of the difference in my characters.
Or all of them have the same. Oh, I'm bored now.
They all behave the same way, they just have different voices. That's what you mean.
Can I
Yeah.
see any? Can I look over to the VIP section and see if there's any weak points or anything that the guards are particularly paying attention to?
You can give me a tactics. Is it strategy? Strategy and
Yeah.
tactics.
18.
Okay, so what you would gather is the five Militech guards do seem a bit distracted. They're generally patrolling, but also every now and again they're taking a look out the window. The windows here are almost like so having been in and around the plaza before, that they're just normal windows, but it's got like hologram projected white scenery, like almost like it looks out onto a snowy plain. But you also know that those holograms are like just in front of the window. So you're almost seeing the security every now and again just like lean past it and take a look out the window and then come back. But actually, what you would see that the private security seem more alert because the Militech guys seem so distracted.
Right. And there's two of them, isn't there? But
There only seems two private security, and they're sat way off round a corner by like a set of stairs that lead up, and again must be to another area or further up.
Can I see anybody else who doesn't fit in?
No, you're not seeing anybody else that doesn't fit in. I mean, there's a few that are like similar to like what Fishnets encountered. People that definitely aren't corpo, but they fit in the money sense, right? So there's an actress and maybe a guest of somebody's that doesn't look like their corporation, but they don't look like they shouldn't be here.
Yeah, so I'll kind of like take a sip of my drink. I'm not touching the one he offered me. and be like, I thought he'd be here by now. And then I'd kind of scan and look over to see what Red Tail's doing.
Red Tail.
I would have been almost trying to do like a circuit of the room, I think. Slowly with a drink, just sort of wandering past people, looking at the general layout of the room, seeing if there's anywhere. I mean, if they're going to do speeches, is there like a little stage? Is there like a microphone somewhere?
Yeah,
what's the general?
Yeah, so you can see that the sort of central area is taken up by the dance floor. There's a small stage where the DJ currently is, but you can also see there is like a little mic stand ready and set up already. Directly to the right of that is the huge Christmas tree with all the presents around it. And then around that in like a U shape is the tables and chairs. And then at the south side is the large bar that takes up the majority of the south wall. You would be able to gather pretty quickly the different things. And I would say as well, you also note that again, there are a lot of the presents that they don't. There's some that like there's like that's a cardboard display present, and then there's others that like it doesn't look like it was wrapped to be a present. So there are some that are in like brown paper with tags, and there's things in there that aren't necessarily fitting.
Okay. Is there anybody sat at the tables, or is everybody up and moving?
No, there's a good chunk of people currently dancing on the dance floor, but there's maybe 100 people in this room. Mix of sat down, eating, drinking. You can see, and again, what you are noticing, and you would notice this, Red Tail, after your pass, is you're not seeing anybody that gives you like upper executive. Like everybody here is like drinking, having a laugh, chatting with it gives you very like work co-op, co-worker party vibes.
Okay. I would see if I can find a table with space, where I could sort of sit with at least one chair either side of me. And I'm just sort of sat with my drink, looking a bit bored outwardly, but keeping an eye out on where the security guards are, trying to see if there's anyone who looks like they're more important or, organizing things or in charge, and just trying to weigh up who's who, really.
Okay. As the party's going on, Red Tail, you would sort of things start to quiet, the music quiet as the lights sort of dim and then grow again for a second. And you would see people, the murmuring sort of stoppers, two figures sort of come down from the VIP stairs. For Mover, you would see that the security like almost seamlessly just get up and start walking with them as they're moving through the crowds. Eleni, you would hear from Red Tail, from one of the security members. So one of the 5 Medtech guys is wearing like an additional badge. You would pick him out as some sort of leader in this room, at least, as you would hear them as they pass you say, Roger that. Secure the scene. Let us know if you need any assistance.
And I'm also going to look around to see if I can spot Mover and Fishnets, just so that I know where they are in the room.
People start to gather around and gathering around the dance floor as.
I do have a question.
Like
more for us, but what is our plan now we're here?
We need to find this. We need to find this bloody thing and steal it.
Do we know what this thing is?
No.
No, we never got told.
It's disguised as one of the presents underneath.
Yeah.
And you did have a hint for how to find it.
That was like, last week.
It had a unusual heat signature.
Yes, it did.
I have no recollection to that.
There was something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how we spot that though.
I was about to say, that's like just something we don't know unless say it's really hot or really cold.
I mean, I've got medical tools, but I don't know if any of that would help me see heat. That's the.
What are my things again?
So we don't know what we're after.
But
we have to speed a thing to point out what it's after, and we don't know where it is or who has it.
I've got a strong hunch it's in the VIP section at the moment. Speaking to the guys,
So
But
I've
I
got
know I can't. All I've got is a burner phone, so I can't even tell you guys. So I'm just
you,
gonna look. I'm just gonna look at
Oh,
you.
I
you
can speak, can't I? I've just remembered.
Yeah,
Well,
because Fishnets has got a
you've got
I
built-in
can
your
speak to
headset.
inbuilt.
fishnets on my
Yeah.
phone.
and
Yeah,
you've got a burner phone, so yes, you can contact us.
yeah, but I'm not gonna whip out a burner phone in a
At the
corpo
fancy
event.
part. Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of look over because I see that Redtail's looking around. I'm gonna dash my eyes to the VIP section, and then kind of nod for
Mm,
her to keep an eye out here. And I'm gonna
yeah.
try and now that those guards have moved away from that VIP section, I'm gonna try and sneak into the VIP section.
Okay, and as you start sneaking that way, drop me a stealth. As you would see, a very elderly gentleman takes the stage in a nice suit and starts giving a long and slow speech about the year's proceedings and things to look forward to head into the future to. And everyone starts to gather round as the spotlight sort of targets in on them. You would see for Redtail and Fishnets that the Medtech security keep patrolling as they are supposed to, but everybody else's attention is up on the stage. Um,
I will have
Remind
stood, Liam, but I'd be on the edge of that crowd.
okay, Fishnets, where are you going?
No, don't really. I really don't know what would have been best. Is the guy still with me, or is he
No, he would have
floated off?
wandered forwards to. He's sort of at the back of the crowd that's currently looking
Okay.
at.
I'll go off to one side of the crowd, um, whether it's near VIP side, whether it's on the completely opposite side. I don't know. You can decide. Um,
Roll a
it's
d6.
4.
Okay.
And just gonna stand to the side, keeping an eye out, because just looking for what these people are talking about. See if I can overhear, like maybe have a chat with like people being like, "Oh, so you hear what they're bringing out or what they're showing us?" I want to have some.
So I'll say that as you sort of getting in and getting into the crowd, the majority of people are just listening and waiting. As you sort of get forwards and you'd hear some people whispering like, yeah, like get to the bonuses, man, get to the bonuses, and you can tell that there's like an air of like, they're waiting for a specific bit of the speech. That's what everybody's waiting for. Mover, your stealth as you break away towards the VIP section.
Remind me how it works. So I got a 10 and then I got a 5.
Oh, so you've got 15. Add your stealth.
Okay. I was just making sure you just add those together to get 15. Yes, I got 27.
Okay, yeah. So without everyone's attention, you slip off to the side and up to the VIP room. As you get to the double doors and creak through, you can hear the clinking of glasses like there, but it's almost like immediately round a corner. But you can tell there is somebody in the room through.
Okay. So am I through the double doors or am
You're
I?
literally like up the stairs and just into the VIP section. If you imagine you're in when you get through into the VIP section, there's like a 10-foot corridor that then immediately turns
Mm,
into a more
that's
open
yeah.
room.
Yeah, I understand. At that point, um, because what are we wearing now? We're wearing fancy clothes. I'm still wearing my kind of custom jacket,
Mhm.
so I've still got my what did I c- where was it? Where is my Yeah, I've still got my assault rifle decompartmentalized into it.
You would have
Uh,
to put it back together, but you could.
what do I debate? I'm gonna yeah, I am gonna do that, and I'm gonna use the other part of the jacket to kind of fashion being like a tray almost.
Okay, so you're gonna like re-put. It's gonna take you a minute or so. The speech is
Mhm,
still going on. For
mhm.
you guys outside, people start to perk up as again the speech turns towards money made in the year, and you can definitely tell that there's like bonuses are done by like percentage earnings of the whole company sort of thing. Like the different departments are weighing up. As you are literally just about getting the gun back together and draping your coat over it and almost
Mm,
sort of like holding it underarm a little,
mm.
um, you would hear somebody like, "Right then, gentlemen," almost that downing of a drink, and then I best take this out to the stage then. And somebody sort of, yeah, yeah, we'll be waiting here. And the sort of you would hear, give me a quick perception.
Ah. Oh, yes. 27.
Okay, so just before the downing of a drink, there was three clinks. Or you think that three glasses clinked together? If there's like that.
I'm gonna whip out the burner phone, and ring fishnets and like whisper, if you can make a loud noise now, please do it.
Well,
I leave fishnets there, thinking a second. Mover, what are you starting to do as you hear the glass set down on the table? Something picked up, and the footsteps starting to come your way. They're not like running. They're literally just. It seems to be walking in your direction.
Ah, well, I'm in here and my like I'm half tempted just to shoot them, but I know it's gonna.
I mean, I will also put out there for you to remember that there is also just straight intimidation.
Yeah,
A
there
lot of
is
the
that,
people in here have security but don't have weapons on them.
and the security is already out there. Whether there's security in there.
And then if you remember from last
Hmm.
time, we did that face down mechanic, which had
Oh
obviously then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, where you can
Hmm.
sort of intimidate somebody into not acting.
Yeah.
Um, so if you
So
wanted to attempt, you've said
okay,
rang
what?
and you said I need a noise, but
Hmm.
in this moment,
Yeah.
go on. I see you've got an idea. Go for it.
So I'm gonna kind of shimmy up to the wall, and still have the this, but now fashion more that looks like it's a gun under a jacket rather than a
Yeah.
draped over service. And as the guy goes around, I'm gonna point it and go,
Hmm.
shush.
Okay. So again, I don't think there's a straight um intimidation skill.
I need to. Where's the rules? I need to remember what that.
It's page 21, face downs. So you both run
Oh, cool.
cool
Plus
plus a D10.
D10.
Yeah, okay.
I was having a look at skills, and I was just like,
And
there's
again,
really
I'll
many that I
remind
see
you
here.
can't any roll luck can be spent on, but it needs to be declared before the roll.
Yeah, 2 luck, please. Yes.
I was gonna say, just whilst we're waiting to see what this is, are there any kind of big sculpture-esque things in this like room, like an icon
Besides the Christmas
or
tree, not really. You can see a lot of the big things are holographic. So there is the things that I would say stand out to you, fishnets, is there's two large video screens, like projector screens, and then there's the Christmas tree. Those are your big things in the room right now. And
Uh,
sorry, what did you get on the face down?
I got. Let's see. Cool plus D10
Plus your two
is
luck.
plus 2 luck. 26.
Okay. You would see um brown haired, very slim, good physique, young man with a very like fancy designer suit that's like no tie open, looks like some sort of business executive, walks round and almost like it's like they give you a confused look as they see your face with the finger and almost take another step forward before they see the gun and then freeze. You see that they're holding a drink in one hand and a champagne flute. Definitely not whatever they just downed, right? They're like it's
Mm.
the fancy thing to walk out on stage with, and in one hand a maybe yay big light blue with a gold ribbon package. From the way they're holding it, it's heavier than the size gives intention, right? So if you imagine he's not just holding it like up, he's like underneath supporting with his against his body sort of hold.
So he's kind of just frozen there.
He freezes for a moment. You see that the
Yeah.
eyes do, there's definitely like eyes sort of flick in the direction, but then he like locks back as you see
Mhm. I'm gonna try and see if that's the object and use the conceal reveal object.
So you wouldn't use conceal reveal. That would be if it was you would have well if you take it from him you would.
Well, that's what I'm gonna try and take. Like as he stayed there with the guy, I'm gonna take it from him and then.
Okay, so basically, now that you've won the face down, they get a -2 on all rolls against you. So he is still going to try and like in the same way that like they're not fighting you because you've got a gun on them, but they're
No,
like
but
they're not just letting you take. So it will be a contested athletics, but they get their -2.
oh god, anything but athletics. Oh,
Rolled a 1. You did.
oh. So wait. So I got a 1, then a 7, so that's -6,
Yeah.
right?
And then you add your
And then you add your
So that is 2.
okay. Now,
Can I
interestingly,
say do what I was?
their roll with the negative was only a 3.
Oh,
I am going to come to fishnets in a moment, but there is basically movers. So obviously, it's harder for you as well because you're trying to keep the rifle trained and like ready, available as you're like reaching forwards with the rifle, sort of like this.
yeah.
And you sort of put hand on top of the box, and I would say immediately you feel sort of like a warmth radiating from it.
Mm.
And as you try and pull, they just resist a little bit, and the box tumbles out of both of your hands. And again, it's heavy. It's almost like somebody just. Do you know when you drop like a controller, but it's like a as it hits the floor, and there is a. Yeah, you're right, Jim. You haven't tripped, have you? I'm going to then flick to fishnets as that interaction happens. So fishnets, a little bit back in time. You've been sort of looking around the room. The speech is going on. There's a loud cheer all of a sudden as they announced that profit margins were up last year. Bonuses are confirmed for the new year. There's like a few pops of champagne going off as people are celebrating.
What's they going through? I'm imagining you said there's some holograms and things scattered around and that. Firstly, actually, how are holograms made in Cyberpunk world? Is it like a projector that's there, that's down here, or is it from underneath?
There's a mix of, but like so there's like a Santa flying around the room. You imagine that there is somewhere up there a light that is tracking. If it's one that's just there's just a Santa here going ho ho ho, that one's probably from underneath. It's however, it's just a light. It's light from an object somewhere.
I
would say that from looking at one, so obviously there's a variety in the room, but you can tell, fishnets can tell by looking at one which it is. Do you know what I mean? So you're not looking at this one and thinking it's projecting from up there because
are they massive or can they be like handheld?
So give me a quick perception to see if you can pick out any of the different ones in the room.
Oh no, hang on, that was a D20. Have it. I was just like, oh, rolled a 15. And that's a D12. So wrong as well. 11.
Okay, so as you're looking around, most of them seem to be a little bit bigger. The only one that you see that's maybe hand-sized, you can see like literally as this announcement happens, one of the departments like, let's go take a picture. And there's, like at these dues where they've got obviously in our times they have banners and hats and things you can put on to go and have your photo taken. There is like hologram things, right? Like a Militech Christmas and like those sorts of things that you can go and stand in front of to have your photo taken. Those seem to be hand-sized, but you can also see that
Even
they're
even if
slightly.
they're like kind of big, like a plate or something, I just want to know: am I able to carry it or move something?
So you can definitely move some. As you're looking around at something that you can move, any of the ones that were like greeting at the door, there's a few of the holograms that are doing like meet employees of the month this year, etc. Like some of them are two-hand lifters, but you could move them.
Okay, so I want to. Can I make these overheat and start to spark?
Give me electronics or security.
I
Yeah,
have
electronic
none of those,
security.
do I?
You know that I'm the guy who does that stuff, and I
Yeah,
am in the room.
That's true.
But to be fair, let's see if we can. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something you can do.
No, I'm just
Or basic
What
tech.
what is it? So both of them are basic tech, are they?
Well, so there's basic tech or electronic security if you have either of those skills. If
What
you
is the-
don't, they just go off your tech.
Okay, so I had 10.
Okay, so you're looking at this thing. You could break it. You don't know how to make it like do it in a way that would be.
I'll be gonna just call to Red Tail to play. Yo, Red Tail, need to make distraction. Do you know how to overheat a hologram?
sorry,
Yes, you.
that crept up on me. You calling me on my phone?
Yeah.
Liam, I've got something called Agent. Is that still
Yeah,
a
that's a
phone?
phone. Yeah, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have flicked that open and I'd sort of look around again, spot where he is, and saunter over. Again, just trying to move in the shadow, almost at the edge of the crowd, while
Just
people are
need
cheering. And
need to spark and make a flame. Not
I mean, I've also got my tool hand. That might be able to do some damage.
Yeah, so without making so not necessarily damage, but again, you can give me electronics and security to see if you can just
Okay.
there's a few different things you can do because you can either try and make it spark and flame, or you can make the hologram go nuts. So you know what I mean? Like you can make
Oh,
there's the Santa
yeah.
going ho ho. It could be like hut 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 like for you know what I mean like for you can make it really like go a bit haywire and start freaking out.
no. I've got
Okay.
I've got much bigger plans than that.
But it's up
So
to you what you
that's
want to do.
so that's a 19.
Okay, yeah. So you pull out your tool hand and start fiddling around.
Before we go
Um,
too far into it, I'm going to say, don't need it to start happening here.
What do you want then?
We need to move it. Let's quickly shift it now, yeah.
Where to?
And then he's just going to point like shake his head towards the
Okay,
giant Christmas tree.
let's grab it between us then.
Okay, so give me a stealth, and this is going to be difficult
Because we're going to look really weird doing this.
I just rolled a 10.
And I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's not good.
That's 1, and then roll again.
So rolled a 5 on the other one, so that's 15. And my stealth was
Oh shit.
9,
Okay.
24.
So I rolled an 8, which is then -7 plus
Ooh.
11 is 4.
Okay, so probably not. Well, so I think so. Fishnets and Redtail, you pick this thing up and you start
Yeah.
moving round, and they again, there's more cheering as again you don't hear what was announced, but something that was that they're a fan of was announced, and you hear on the stage, and now to present our newest project for the upcoming year, Jim, and they sort of like there's like and claps and the spotlight moves over to the doorway. As the spotlight moves over, Fishnets, you're using this moment, and you sort of speed up a second before Redtail is ready. And Redtail, the side of the hologram that you're holding just slips out your hand,
Yeah.
and you just trip, clatter a bunch of load of glasses, there's a smash. What I'm gonna say is that that display was so big that anyone that turns and looks at it doesn't see fishnets like still just running away with, like you're dragging the hologram thing on the floor, like just trying to get into position. I'm going to say you just about make it there as people are starting to put eyes on you. I am going to quickly flick back. There is like a flash moment mover where all of a sudden the spotlight hits the double doors behind you. So the double doors are shut, but like if they're against a glass window, if the lights. So all of a sudden this corridor is just highlighted up as the guy in front of you he grabs the barrel of your gun and goes, "How quick?" And we're going to go into initiative.
Ah.
Shit. How do we do initiative, Liam? Sorry.
There's initiative already on there, I think.
Yeah, you should have an initiative number, and I believe it's just a D10 plus your initiative score.
I'm not seeing it though.
I
Where
get
is
plus,
it?
I get plus
Yeah,
4.
you get bonuses. It should be near the top, I think, initiative.
I've got int.
Yeah.
No, that's intelligence.
Where is it?
Sorry, it might be reflexes. 1 second.
Yeah, I think you said reflex, didn't you? Is it reflex?
Initiative.
Yes, reflex plus D10.
Okay.
Reflex. Ooh.
And you get a +4 onto yours mover as well.
So 9 for me.
I wish you would have let them carry on just for like 2 more seconds before this. Jesus.
They were taking their sweet time about it.
What's everyone got?
9.
I've just lost where my page was. Oh yeah, no, it was. So plus your reflex, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got +6 on that. So -1.
Oh.
You got a -1 reflex.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. No. I rolled a 1, then rolled a 7, which seems to be a
which is
fitting
a
thing.
That would be
-6.
-6.
And okay, then 0.
And then a 5.
No, then 0. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mover?
22.
You're just faster than us.
No, I'll make sure that's right. 9, 7. No, sorry,
22.
that's not right. 19.
16.
19.
Yeah.
9 and 7 is not 19.
No, sorry, 20. Oh my god, I messed all that up. My reflex is 7.
9,
rolled a
7
9.
plus a 4. Yeah.
4, yeah, 20. I don't know why I had 22 in my
And
head.
his is. Oh. Okay, so mover, you hear the flicking back of a chair and the pulling of a gun that sounds like cybered up reflexes round that corner. So that there's the help quick and something just immediately pulled a gun. However, it is your turn first. So you get 2 actions, 1 move, 1 any other action. Currently, they're not grappling you in any sense, but they are trying to hold the end of your gun so that you can't shoot them.
So they pushed it up.
Yeah, they're suddenly like holding it sort of up and to the side.
Okay, I will
say though, sorry, again, as the box hit the floor and spilled open, you would see a small glowing like chip skill disc.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that.
Okay, so you lean down and pick that up. As you grab it, it's heavy. Like this thing should not weigh as much as it does. You can still pick it up in one hand, but it's like you have to you pick that up with your move.
I'm gonna. If I run out, I'm shot. I'm gonna have to just go ahead, tell this. I'm gonna run around the corner.
So there isn't a corner right now. If you imagine, sorry, wait, are you going in and around the corner?
Yeah, so you said the guy has gone around the 2 people in the room.
So right now, sorry, you're stood in a small corridor with double doors to your back. It goes 10 foot forwards. The guy that dropped the prize is 5 foot in front of you. and then round the corner past the 10 foot is where the other two peeps are. So
Yeah,
right
that's
now
where
you're
I'm
not.
heading.
Okay, yeah, you can move into that space.
Yeah.
So you move round and you see a small private lounge area, and on the far side there's another very fancily dressed man that looks very similar to Jim, maybe another executive. All sat at a table with there's like three glasses and a rum or a spirits kind of bottle in the middle, and currently standing with a pistol already in hand is a personal private security member. You see a cybered right arm and a cyber eye locking in.
Uh, um, can I do anything else?
No, that is.
Mm.
I mean, you've not used all your movement. You could move back around the corner, but they have seen you.
Bu- 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 bu. Could I like crouch?
Yeah, it won't help in this situation necessarily, but you definitely can. You could try to move to some cover.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So you can move to behind a table. It's not full cover, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I read cover is done differently on this, isn't it? It's down to about
It has hit
thickness.
points. Yeah, it has actual hit points. So it basically damage done destroys the cover in between you first,
Mm.
and then penetrates. Um,
Yeah, so I'll kind of like run in and like flick up a table like to try and get as much cover as possible.
Okay. You see they're going to. The private security member raises up, almost as you're like diving behind a table, raises up a heavy pistol and just twice as you dive back behind. First shot.
Oh,
First shot rips by you, like almost like feathers and plumes from a nearby sofa popping up into the air. The second, however,
where are we? Taking damage. You are going to get shot. How much it will hurt? Attacker rolls damage for the attack. Drop your armor's SP from the damage and any hit points.
yeah, so it is versus the DV, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever you take damage, attacker rolls damage for the attack, and then I subtract that from the armor's
And
SP.
DV is based on how far away. Okay, perfect. I've got the DV list.
Yeah.
Okay, so first shot missed, second shot hits. So again, it will damage the table first. So Finn would. Okay, so the table has 5 hit points. So essentially, the first 5 hit points apply to the table. Then it goes off your armor, I believe. So
It goes off my armor, then my hit points. Yeah.
yeah, so the heavy hand cannon does 12 points of damage. The first 5 absorbed by the table.
So that's good. Question.
Yeah.
I don't think Mover should have had any damage taken at all.
He doesn't. No, he was giving the example of if the table hadn't been there, he would have taken one.
I thought you.
So yeah, he fully reduced. No, he fully reduced the damage to nothing. So like I said, he basically just got punched in the shoulder because it's still you still just took a punch. Yeah, you still just took a punch. It still hurts.
No. I mean, even if his armor shouldn't.
No, so armor always does. If you. Oh, true. If you ended up taking any damage.
If you ended up taking any damage, reduce your armor.
Anything you can take cover behind has HP, and each 2 meter by 2 meter, 1 square section of it can be attacked, just like you can. At 0 hit points, cover is destroyed.
No, but that's cover.
If I thought that's what this was. It says
No,
anything
talking about his
you can
armor.
take cover behind.
Yeah, so the cover's destroyed.
And if a cover's HP drops to 0, excess damage is lost and doesn't harm any target hiding behind it.
Ah, that's the bit that I missed. I see what you're saying.
See the cover materials, and then it's got the golden rule at the top. You are considering cover if you're fully behind something that could stop a bullet. If they have
So
line of
there is no
sight,
partial cover. So for
Yeah.
now, what I'll say is obviously that has fully absorbed it, but we need to be a bit strict. I'll be a bit strict on cover. But either way, you good.
Well, that's why it's had to kick up the table to try and.
Yeah. You kick up the table and lean behind it. The table basically is just like ripped apart by this gunshot, but you are protected.
Well, I
He
will
is.
also say, it says if you ended up taking any damage,
Yeah, I
reduce your
see that
armor's
as well.
SP.
I see that as well.
So even if that would have gone through, my SP wouldn't have gone
Would have
down
been
because I
okay
did
because it's
because I didn't take any damage.
Yeah, I think so. That does. So
Cool.
that seems what it looks like. Um.
We got there, guys.
Yeah. I know.
Woo!
This is the bit where it is still sometimes crunchy. He will then kick up the table that they're at and lean down behind it. As we come to Red Tail. So Red Tail, currently you're
On the
prone
floor.
in like a pile of glasses and spilt stuff. A waiter and some other person's coming to help you. But you would also see there is a Militech guard currently like on the radio but staring at you.
I would sort of pick myself up and almost just sort of go like, yeah, almost like, like when you drop something and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
Almost like, yeah, I'm a klutz. And sort of turn around and almost take a bow, but I'm doing that so that I can see where Fishnets has gone.
Okay. Give me a persuasion to play that off.
Hang on. The dice roll again. Oh, okay. That's 18.
Okay, so you see the Militech guy sort of moves away and keeps patrolling. The few people that were around, a few do laugh and like, yeah, good one, lads. And you sort of move back. As you look around, you do see Fishnets, who's currently still just like moving towards the Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
Can I ask, did I see Mover go into the VIP area? Because he was quite sneaky when he did that.
Yeah,
So did
because
I
he
see
nodded.
him do that?
He nodded.
Oh,
that
he
was
nodded,
going
didn't he?
that
And
way.
said,
But
okay.
currently, as you sort of look that way, the spotlight is still on that door,
No one's
and
come
the
through.
guy at the stage is like, "Oh, Jimmy's just a bit shy. Come on, Jim, come on out."
I would get over to Fishnets then and do whatever I need to do. Does my previous role count?
So it depends what you're doing, because obviously you have been revealed. You are people that can see you. You have a move and an action, so you can move up to him.
I'm going to move up to him. I'm going to bend down and say, what the fuck do you want me to do here? I think Mover's in trouble. And I'm saying it quietly.
Set it on fire. Make it catch the tree.
Okay. And then I would use my
Am I allowed
tool
to
hand
talk?
or whatever to.
Yeah. You can talk out of. And I say, as you start, give me an electronic security, Red Tail, and as you kneel down and
Another
start.
one.
No, so you did already do one, didn't you?
Yeah.
She got like really high.
I got like a
we'll
19 or something.
We'll hold the previous one.
Thank you.
And I'll say you kneel down and start doing that as we come to Jim. So,
I've got the item, Jim.
Yeah, Jim is looking at the item, and you see that he steps as if he's going to like try and take it from you, and the security guard goes, "No, go get help!" And then Jim will like, "Yeah, okay." So for the crowd out, and the doors burst open to the spotlight as Jim, and as people start to clap and cheer, he's like, "We're under attack!" There is almost like a confused pause, and I'm gonna say that we're moving on to keep the initiative because it's 6 seconds. There's like a wait, what? Like that sort of level of confusion over the crowd as again, nothing can be heard other than Jim shouting. We'll move through to Andy, the other executive in the room, who you see moves to behind the bar, and you would see move that they reach under the bar, and you hear like a loud of a shotgun that they have retrieved from just behind the bar. And the bar staff disappearing out a side door. You see that there is a staff exit behind the bar that you imagine leads into the inner workings of the building, right? There'll be service exits and service entrances. There is one such door just behind the bar. You see a staff member just disappear into it. This is the end of part 1. Part 2 airs Sunday 7 p.m. GMT, or will be linked in the top right of your screen now. Thank you for watching, and roll well.